Hello guys, today you're going to get a refresher in how to use your leasing deal functionality, and this includes your lease deal pipeline and your brochures. So how do we get deals living in this leasing deal pipeline environment? Two ways in. We can either create a leasing lead if we know in advance that there's a customer, tenant looking for space, or we can go into find space. They're pretty much the same thing. I'm going to keep it easy, look at create leasing lead. We all know how to create tenants, but to keep it easy, I'm going to create use an existing tenant in the system and add this tenant. I'm going to type in some search criteria. So it's looking for between 650 and let's say 1,200 squares of office in Joburg. Create lead. The other alternative was to go to find space, enter the search criteria, and then once you complete with find space, then link the lead to the tenant to the search criteria. You guys have quick zones. This system doesn't, but here we're going to just add some search criteria. We're looking at say in Santon and Rosebank, and click on find space. On that screen, you could have been more detailed and searched for properties that had certain criteria, or entered in a date that you had to be in on the last date. For purposes of this demo, we're keeping it simple. What does this stuff on the right hand side means? It shows you how the units are matching. So when it says 90% match, it's actually matching on a subdivisible unit, and here we can see the subdivisible unit here. And where it shows you a 50% match, the thing's smart enough to actually combine various units and then leave it up to you whether you want to remove the units or not. You're looking for 650 square meters. None of these units here are larger than 650 squares, but if you combine them, then your tenant's criteria will be met, and potentially he can or she can find the space attractive. Right, so we move to long list. Options here. Let's just quickly run a long list brochure while we're waiting. You can select all properties and remove them all and put them all into a remove button, in which case you'll have nothing in your long list. Or you can individually remove items on your long list and paste them into the remove button. This is only if you don't want them to show. The opportunity here, and people are doing it actually taking laptops or tablets in front of their potential tenants, is to do a walkthrough, to have a look at the stock and understand the units making up the space, and then to select whether you want to move it into shortlist or just turn it down. And you'll see as you're walking through your properties, it's actually showing you on the right hand side where the property is located on the map. You can remove that, or you can add the map. Pretty simple. So here we just are walking through our short list of properties, removing certain properties and adding others. We'll also see from the long list, if we clicked here and we ran a leasing brochure, and here are the results of your leasing brochure. This we should be familiar with by now. Same story, we can also run a shortlist leasing brochure, and crucially we can step through the phases in the deal as you walk through a transaction. You can also add documents if you want to. So you can just drag and drop or upload documents, or you can add reminders. And it's pretty straightforward. Here we're seeing our shortlist brochure. I think we're all pretty familiar with how this works now. It just shows a slightly more detailed view of your information. And if you want to understand what information is sitting in your shortlist, or whether your property is going to qualify, you simply click on your property, and you can see its score in something called the leasing brochure completeness, which looks over here. So here, if you click where it says leasing brochure completeness on the actual property. It's telling you here that annual escalation is missing, and it's letting you know that everything else is completed. If you want to see its readiness from a shortlist point of view, again, it's telling you that annual escalation is missing and that you want to probably complete entering the information on expenses. Okay, I hope that's clear. Back to our leasing deal. As you step through the deal, so it updates, and so you can see that this is how you update things on your leasing deal pipeline. One last thing before we sign off. All the information on your deal sits over here under deal details, and it covers things like whether you've qualified the lead, the space attributes. You've got a GLA calculator sitting in here which allows you to calculate your potential tenant space. You've got deal duration, you've got who owns the deal, you've got how the deal economics is structured, sitting over here, and the source of the leads. Same thing with leasing terms, and same thing with your automatic commission calculator. You simply enter the information here, and on conclusion of your deal, once the deal is done, so once you've actually gone through the entire deal process and marked it off as commission paid, it gives you the option to click a button and actually move this leasing deal that you've concluded to the actual property that you've concluded it on. One final step before we go back to leasing deal pipeline, you can also add specific properties that your search results may have missed. If you click here, you can literally search, and if you have any properties that you have excluded by mistake, so perhaps you want to put this property in, you simply click here, add to deal, and it will appear in your long list. Hopefully that's clear. If you don't have images, then you're going to see zero images pulling through. Okay, back to leasing deal pipeline. On this specific deal, there's a lot of them in this demo account. We were running on a property called ABC. There's a whole bunch of them. If you want to quickly navigate to your deals, very simple. You just press Control F, type in the name of the tenant, and you'll see all the properties satisfying all the information matching your lease with your tenant. Okay. If you ever want to refresh, so you may have done something on your deal, and perhaps the active leasing deals dashboard hasn't refreshed, you simply press F5. You don't need to exit the system, just press F5, and it will update your leasing deal order for you. And guys, that should be it. Good luck. Any questions, please shout. It's pretty straightforward. Ciao.